What are the most important skills to future-proof your career? Hi, my name is Shubh Faujdar. I am a career coach and job search strategist, and I help professionals and leaders land amazing jobs fast. As a former recruiter, I've seen people thrive in their careers. I've seen people whose career have plateaued after a certain point, and I've also seen people who were really high potential and then something happened and their careers did not take off at the level they were expecting their career to. Now, I've also survived some of the major events, whether it is global financial crisis, tightening of immigration laws in a lot of geographies, which used to be much easier to get into earlier, as well as COVID. And throughout all these circumstances, throughout all these events, what has come out is there are three main skills or traits which determine how fast and how far you will rise in your career. And today's video, we are going to be concentrating on all those three skills and also how you can start developing your skills. What are some of the main things you need to keep in mind to develop those skills? So the number one skill is continuous learning. And I don't mean continuous learning in the sense of, getting a lot of formal degrees and certifications and all. That's not the idea behind here. You may, if they're going to help you in your career, you're making a big career pivot, they are absolutely helpful and there's no denying into that. But that's not the end. We are in a golden age. We are in the creator economy. There's so much content out there, which you can access for free, by the way. So whether it's through great YouTube accounts or platforms like Coursera, Skillshare, Udemy, you can learn a lot of skills on a daily basis. So start investing in yourself, even if it starts with, 10, 20 minutes per day. You need to upskill yourself, reskill in a lot of circumstances as well to what's happening out there, at least get a basic understanding. So the way I approach this, and it may or may not suit you, is I actually have a theme. So every year, I would decide what my theme is for this year. It could be learning investments. It could be, learning things like skincare, learning about fitness, learning about nutrition in general, learning about coaching, learning about what's happening in AI, what exactly is blockchain technology. So I decide once or twice a year, what's my theme, and I continue learning about it. I first start by seeing free content. So I would follow a few YouTubers, the ones which appeal to me. I would look at their content on a regular basis because they've broken down this particular concept into easier bite-sized chunk for me. Once I've got that basic understanding, then I'll use other resources, LinkedIn Learning. If I'm really interested in a particular topic, I would even invest in certification for that. So that's my approach to continuous learning for different topics, to always be abreast of different things happening around the world. The second skill, which is really important for you to get far in your career, is creating a strong personal brand. Now, brand has always been important. We didn't used to call it brand when I started working, and when a lot of the other generations started working, we used to call it reputation. For our parents as well, it was a very important saying. It takes years to build a reputation. So be very mindful of your action, because one small action can completely ruin your reputation. Similarly, brand is your reputation. What are people talking about you when you're not in the room? Now, with social media, with the concept of digital brand, we now have access to reaching out to so many more people than we ever could. Earlier, our reputation used to be more a factor of who we are interacting with or who our allies and advocates are talking to about us. But now, with LinkedIn, with other social media platforms, with YouTube, you can really build your brand very strong. So I have a formula for market value. Your market value equals to your performance times or into your visibility. Now, you absolutely need to have a minimum level of performance. You need to have a good performance. If your performance is not there, you can talk as much as you want on social media. it's not going to help out, because people can see through when you're not very comfortable with the stuff you're talking about. So performance is a given. Sometimes, you're having too much visibility when you don't have the credibility can backfire. But once you've got a certain level of performance, you need to work on visibility. And a lot of people and a lot of cultures are not very comfortable with this concept of visibility, because they've been taught to always be humble, to not be talking about themselves. So this is where the missing part of the equation is. The way I look at brand and reputation is, you don't want to be the best kept secret in the world. What's the point of being great at your role when you can't help the people who actually need your help? You're actually doing a disservice to them, to the organization, to your clients, to potential employers, if they don't know that you exist. So think of yourself as somebody who can help others solve problems, and it is in your interest to get the word out and their interest to get to know about you. Now, how do you work on your personal brand? You don't need to start a YouTube channel immediately. Some of the easiest things, especially in a professional setting, which you can start doing, is engaging with content on LinkedIn. So you can start with a simple thing like doing 1 or 2 comments every single day on profiles of senior professionals or people on LinkedIn who have a huge following. You get to learn more about the particular topic, but at the same time, you're building credibility and trust through the quality of your comments. Now, the third important skill is networking, building career connections. I purposely do not like to use the word networking, because a lot of people think networking is very transactional. If you are supposed to be networking, it's to go ahead and reach out to people, random strangers, to ask them for a job. That's not what the purpose of networking is, or even any other favor. Look, you don't go in your personal life and talk to someone and say, hey, will you be my best friend? The person will think you're a creep. It's the same thing in your professional setting. You don't reach out to people and ask them for a huge favor when you haven't even built trust and credibility with them. So networking is basically building relationships, building career connections, where it's a mutual relationship of give and take rather than just asking them for a huge favor. Now, throughout my YouTube channel, I will be talking about these 3 skills, how you can build it. So keep an eye out for new videos, which we will be releasing on a weekly basis. But I hope this very quick capture of the top 3 skills has helped you a lot. Let me just very quickly summarize the 3 skills: continuous learning, personal brand, and networking.